Hey guys, Drutter here. It's May the 8th, 2013. I'm just out sitting in my backyard area. It's been really nice here in the Vancouver area for the past week or so almost, and it's supposed to be nice for the rest of this week, at least till the weekend, possibly longer. So I've been out enjoying the gardens and doing a lot of work outside, landscaping, gardening, planting, and just enjoying the sun, really, spending some time with family and stuff. So, I wanted to get a video off today. I got it kind of memorized, so I don't need to be inside aiming the camera at a screen while I talk. But just wanted to mention the US Mint Silver Eagle sales. I've been watching that page daily, or in fact a lot more often than that, refreshing constantly pretty much, because it's quite interesting to see what's going on with their sales as they update kind of irregularly. You never know when they're going to update. But I was watching the Silver Eagle sales yesterday, and they did update it, and I did the calculation, and it looks like we are on pace for another record, or tied with the old record, May. So the pace is not slowing down at all in the Silver Eagle sales. And gold, they haven't updated yet much yet this month, so I don't really have anything on that, but I would expect that to be doing just as well, as it was increasing and increasing all the way through April. And at the end of April, it was in fact at the highest point it had ever been in history. So definitely going to keep watching that. I wanted to mention the bullion shortage here in Vancouver. That does continue, although it certainly is not an outage. You can find silver bullion, especially if you're willing to wait. You can find it. I don't know. You ever heard that expression, fast, easy, cheap? Pick one. That's kind of how it is here. So, you want it quick? Yeah, you can get it quick. It just won't be easy, and it certainly won't be cheap. But if you want it easy, yeah, you can get it easy. It's going to take you a long time. It's not going to be cheap either. And if you want it cheap, yeah, you can get it cheap. It just won't be fast, and it won't be easy. So, pick one, fast, easy, or cheap. It's kind of how it is right now, and it's been that way since the major drop. And I was talking to one of my favorite bullion dealers yesterday, and he said that he's able to get some in because he knows people. He's been in it for 35 years. He can get it in his hands, and he was willing to pass them on to me because we're friends. We've been dealing together for a couple of years now, and he looks out for me. But he said he's had turned a lot of people away looking for bullion. I asked him what his ratio of sellers and buyers is, and he said he said that, yeah, there are people selling. Absolutely, they are selling. People get discouraged at these prices, and they'll sell out, abandon their position. He said it's about 1 in 4, so there's about 4 times more buyers than sellers in his shop, at his storefront. But I don't know. It certainly is interesting to watch the shortage as it continues. Like I said, you can still get silver. It's just maybe not the silver you were looking for. You got to go through a lot of hoops to get it. Got to pay certain people want only cash, certain people want only wire transfers, all this kind of thing. There's all these restrictions. So, but it's still out there, certainly. And myself, I picked up a tube of maples yesterday for my site, and also picked up some gold for someone else. I wish I had that with me. I'd show it right now, but I'll show it to you next time. It's a really nice 1 ounce Royal Canadian Mint bar with serial number and stuff. But anyway, oh yeah, what does this remind you of? Or should I say, what country am I talking about? Am I talking about the USA in 2013, or am I talking about Zimbabwe in 2008? That's 5 years ago. Okay, the stock market hits a new high almost every day. A lot of people, in fact 1 in 6 or more, need help from the government just to eat. Huge amounts of stimulus and money printing, bank bailouts, high debt, record unemployment, businesses closing, and so on and so forth. So the only real economic indicator that is up is the stock market. Well, that actually applies to both the USA right now and Zimbabwe 5 years ago. I'll attach a video down below and also show you a few clips once I wrap this up. It's quite eerie. Their stock market was going up pretty much every day, and they were in shambles in every other way. You know, the housing market, real estate, everything's so down, so slammed and ruined. The people just suffering. And we've seen videos of them during that time panning for gold in their local creeks just to buy food because their dollar was worthless. Are we heading for hyperinflation like happened to them, or are we going to be able to control it? We can definitely take some lessons from Zimbabwe. It's a different part of the world, and but those economic factors, those forces of supply and demand, and those forces that act on markets are the same everywhere in the universe. It doesn't matter that it was in Africa that this happened. We can take lessons from it, absolutely, and I think we should. The stock market going up does not mean that the economy is better. It does not mean that the standard of living for the people in that place is any better. In fact, it's getting worse every year, the standard of living in the West. Every year it gets worse. And I think more and more people are unable to be tricked by that number on the front of the newspaper that says that everything's great and the big green arrow going up and all that kind of stuff. It doesn't really mean anything. I've known that for a long time, and I think a lot of people watching this have known that as well, but I just hope the trend continues and more people figure that out, because we're being sort of led down a road and told that things are rosy because that stock market is up, but the stock market doesn't mean shit, in my opinion. Anyhow, I'll leave it there. I'm going to put a few clips of that Zimbabwe stock market, and I'll put the link down below, and I'll probably talk to you later in the weekend, Sunday or so.
Typical trading action on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange in Harare.
Wait, Rusper, how many did you want?
While the rest of the economy suffers, this stock market is booming. It may seem contradictory, but the market is helped by inflation. Ordinary Zimbabweans, wary of putting their savings into banks, are increasingly turning to shares, where their money has a better chance of holding its value against Zimbabwe's crippling inflation rate of more than 8,000%. This creates demand, which in turn pushes up the price. Listed giants like Barclays, Old Mutual, telecoms company Econet, and mining and construction-related stocks were among the best performers. But as many became paper millionaires trading these stocks, the majority of the population struggled. Expectations here are that the stock market will continue to outshine other sectors of the Zimbabwean economy this year.
Some of them had good jobs, but the money they diligently put away for retirement is gone, eaten away by the country's soaring inflation levels.
I blame the whole situation from the government, Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare. Because I worked, and that is, the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare had to take care of me when I was working, but not now when I'm nowhere. I'm used and finished.
Shake it, break it, make it bounce.